because I've been working on the truck all day. And also, my shirts are starting to turn into like really, and I can't put anything in these pockets because like the pants are just getting ridiculous. So I'm trying to get back in the habit of doing these Monday updates. Now it is 9 o'clock right now when I'm recording this, so my goal is just to get it up before midnight, just to start that system again of talking about the week and my weight loss. This is not going to be as fancy as some of the other videos I've done because I'm just going to talk. My big goal this week was just to, this past week and coming into this week, was to get process back because I had gotten so far away from my habits. With exercise specifically, food I'm actually doing great. Like I said, my clothes are freaking falling off of me, and I feel like I'm doing okay with food. In fact, because I got myself a weight loss coach, I'm focusing on exactly one macronutrient, and no, it's not carbs, it's protein. And what I've found is increasing my protein, like really focusing on trying to get at least 100 grams of protein. And most days I'm well above that, but just focusing on that, my carbs reduced on their own, and not because I was trying to, not because I cut them out intentionally, not because I made any sort of conscious effort to reduce them or get rid of them. They just went down on their own because I was eating more protein, and by default, something else is going to get notched out. And it could have been fat as easily as it was carbs, and it happened to be that I am by default eating less carbs than I used to, and I used to really struggle with that. So that's been one of the great outcomes of having a coach, is like my protein. I was barely getting 30 grams before, and I was really focused on calories and no macronutrients. But I find the tip of just focusing on the calories and the protein does a lot. And protein in and of itself is a satiating macronutrient. So I'm full a lot of the time, and I'm eating way less calories than I used to. And it's still more calories than most people would think I could eat. All I know is, like, as far as like food goes, like I am totally satisfied with what I'm eating, how much of it I'm eating. I'm not really at this exact moment in time, specifically struggling with that in any strong way. I am struggling with getting back on the exercise track, and I can feel it in my emotions. Like, there was a special high I had when I was always starting my day with exercise. And right now, it's really just building out this box truck is a lot. It's a lot of tiny things that seem really small on paper, and next thing you know, you spent the only 6 hours of daylight you could use on it, all on this one little thing. Like today, all I did was, I did a couple other little things, but the main thing I did was I needed to clean up my subfloor a little bit. I messed up. I needed to put some wood filler in some spots, so I had to putty and scrape that in, and that took up a lot of time, mostly because like I had to unload the whole box truck. Every single time I work on the floor, if I work on the floor, I need to take everything out, put it on the street beside my truck. In this case, I was literally roadside next to a wall where I hope nobody would ask too many questions. And so I unloaded everything. I did what I had to do with the floor, and then I had to load everything back in. And like I said, I did a couple of other small things that are really insignificant. There was some little framing things that I needed to do that I got done today. And I don't even know when those videos are coming out on YouTube, because YouTube is about 3 weeks behind. Like, the last thing I showed had to have happened about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I don't remember. Oh, it was the 300 watts of solar. That's what it was. I was like, what did I just... The last video I put out was on the 300 watts of solar, and that was a while ago for me. Though I like looking back, because when I feel like things are going too slow and I look back at those videos, I'm like, no, you've been working. And it's hard because I can't just do something in the project and leave the project. I'm living in the project. And it's kind of overwhelming and time consuming, and like when I get up in the morning and I'm calculating the amount of hours in the day and the bigness of the project and the fact that I can't leave a lot of things half done. Like I can't cut a hole for a window and then, just to give an example, and then put the window in the next day. Like if I cut a hole, something needs to go in it. And whatever I was intending to put in there, because I have to sleep in there that night. Like if something goes wrong that would leave me vulnerable overnight, I have to fix it before the sun goes down. Not saying anything has, but if like if you're on a piece of private property and I don't know, like and all your stuff is either stored or like not outside on the ground, you're not... I kept running to the window I was in here doing something, and so like every 15 minutes I was running to the window to make sure nobody was messing with my stuff, and a lot of times I'm just holding my breath. And so that's a lot, but I really want to recommit to exercise. This is way going off on a tangent. And this past week, I was able to do 3 days of the YouTube spin class I found. So I did that, I believe, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that was the only like concentrated, I am making a plan to do exercise that was actually executed. As far as my actual weight loss, check out the numbers. So the numbers are fine, food is fine, I'm just struggling to sort of get exercise back into habit. Also, my clothes are falling off me, which is a good thing. So that's just encouraging when nothing else is. It's like I am in a system that I'm comfortable in. And yes, I'm losing weight slowly, but doing it this way, you don't get the clout. You don't get the clout of like, I lost 50 pounds in 5 months. Maybe it's not always true, but generally if you did, that's a little bit, that's like 10 pounds a month. That's a lot of weight. But anyway, even though I don't get that clout of like some big number in some small amount of months, like I took a year to lose around 60-ish pounds. And my starting goal was to lose 100 pounds and then examine where I am once I get there. So I have not even reached my 100-pound loss goal, but the weight is dropping off. I'm not feeling like I'm starving. I would like to get my energy levels up, but also like I am in a huge all-consuming project. And I need to find a balance, and I haven't found it, between letting that have the headspace that it needs to have and still finding those habits again, finding that routine again. I'm definitely not in routine right now. I am going to be talking to my boss tomorrow, for lack of a better term. It's basically the production guy, head of the company, artistic director of Oakland Theater Project, who I have worked with in the past. In fact, I was working for them when I started this channel, and then I wasn't working for them for quite a while because I ended up working for a children's theater, and I did some other little odd jobs. And then before the pandemic hit, I was in Oregon about to work for Oregon Shakespeare Festival. In fact, I worked for them probably less than a week before everybody was sent home and things started shutting down. Since then, he's rehired me on 3 separate contracts. I've fulfilled one, and we're going to be talking tomorrow about the start of the second one. So I'm going to have even more going on than I do now. But the good thing is that is going to give me some significant money to really make some big progress in the build, which will be great. I will once this show starts, once rehearsals start for this next show, I will have more in my pocket to work with, even though I'll have less time to do things. But this contract's going to end, and there's a gap between the end of this contract and the start of the next contract, which is why I've always said I don't see me really traveling till 2022 anyway. So it'll probably be early next year I'll really be able to travel, and that's both with having the box truck in a good place and having the funds to do some traveling. And I'm also looking into a business opportunity that I don't want to talk about because I don't like to talk about things, but I'm trying to make some plans, and the plan is for 2022 to really be the year. That's my big thing. 2022, I want that to really be the year. 2021 is about building out this box truck before the end of the year. That is my goal, to do it before the end of the year. That's all I got for this. Very little of that was about weight loss, but like I said, I just want to get back in the habits, and that includes publishing these videos and just talking about how the week went. And now that I have this on a separate channel where I don't feel so compelled to make sure it's not hurting my income, when I need to be, I can be a little bit more casual, All right. I'll see you on the Dawn of Van Life channel sometime this week, because I plan to put out a couple more videos this week. In fact, tomorrow is completely dedicated to video work except for exercise, and I'll see you on this subject next week. Bye.